The wounded inner child is often what drives many of the narratives that we have when it comes to dysregulation off the back of relationship breakdowns in adulthood. And these abandonment wounds often develop off the back of experiences we have in childhood in relation to our parents or caregivers or our close network of community. So off the back of a breakup, if you've often had this ruminating thought like, why have they left me? I'll never be okay without them. Why does everybody leave me? That is an abandonment wound. And these often develop off the back of parents or caregivers who are relatively inconsistent, were emotionally unavailable, or you were always left guessing whether or not love or just the environment that you were existing in was safe. So your nervous system learns that closeness and connection is unstable and often unsafe and unpredictable. So you'll often panic if any form of stability that you have in a connection is threatened. Another wound that's often dug up is a self-worth wound. And it often circles itself around a common theme of just, I wasn't enough. And that can look like a few different things. Like if I had have just done this more, if I had have been prettier, if I had have lost weight, if I had have just given them more love and attention, if I had have just not put up any boundaries, if I had have just done more and more and more, they wouldn't have left, or they'd still love me. Now, self-worth wounds are often tied into dynamics where love was conditional. So that condition could have been tied to achievement or being the good child. So the good child, you just have to suppress every element of you and just be that easy one, so you weren't an inconvenience to your parents or caregivers. And other instances where self-worth wounds can develop is when you were criticised more than you were nurtured. So rejection feels like proof that you're not worthy and you're not lovable. And that's not true. You 100% are worthy and you 100% are lovable. Now, another behaviour that might manifest itself is an abandonment protest. And this is often governed by thoughts like, I have to fix this now, or I have to do this now, or I'm going to lose them forever. And there are some other dating and relationship fuckheads on the internet that also like to prey on this wound. So the abandonment protest and that sense of urgency can commonly develop in homes where conflict was never repaired or where love was withdrawn as a punishment. So you may have been stonewalled or given the silent treatment. So with your body, your fight, flight, freeze or fawn response is activated, your survival centre, trying to stop the loss at all costs. And one of the very common wounds that many of us with a fearful avoidant attachment style have is the mistrust wound. And this is what governs much of the fearful avoidant attachment insecurities. And I can safely say from back in my raging fearful avoidant days, this mistrust wound was one of the biggest drivers of my self-destructive, dysregulated and self-sabotaging behaviours. And so much of this comes off the back of when your safety as a child was just not honoured, respected, and it just wasn't there, time and time again. So these ruminating thoughts that you often have off the back of a relationship rupture, they're not random. They're survival strategies that your younger self developed to cope in environments that weren't emotionally nurturing or emotionally safe. So the work now isn't to silence them. It's to notice them, it's to name them, it's to honour them and to heal them. And this is where that concept of reparenting your inner child comes into play.